Hello and welcome. In this robot framework tutorial, we are going to learn the keywords that are available in the Selenium robot framework library that will help you to work with the radio buttons on any web page. So the radio buttons that we want to discuss today are: the page should contain radio button, should not contain radio button, selecting the radio button, and then verifying whether the radio button should be set to or should not be selected. So these are some of the radio button keywords that are available in the Selenium library for robot framework. So page should contain radio button is to verify that the radio button locator is basically found on the particular page. So if there is a radio button and you want to verify that that particular radio button is available on the page, you can use this keyword. The second keyword is page should not contain, so which is the opposite of the should contain. So if you are verifying that the page on the web page should not contain the particular radio button, then you can use the should not contain radio button keyword. Selecting a radio button, the keyword is simple: select radio button, which sets the radio button group name to a value, and I'll explain what exactly the group name is. And the next one is radio button should not be selected. So this is something that on the web page there are possibilities that you have the radio button or a group of radio buttons, right? So you have a group and which has a couple of radio button within that particular group. Then none of the radio button are selected by default. So that is basically the case wherein you can use this keyword to verify that radio button should not be selected. So it verifies radio button has no selection. So basically group name or the group of the group that has, say for example, 4 radio buttons in that particular group, none of them are actually selected. So you can use this particular keyword. Then radio button should be set to. So if there is a group in which by default there should be a particular radio button that should always be checked then or selected, then you can use this last keyword, which is radio button should be set to. Okay, so now let's go ahead and understand the website that I'll be using to demo the radio button selection and all the keywords. So I'm using the Sugar CRM, right? So this is the web page CRM, and here I have a couple of radio buttons. So I'll use this website to explain you how you can work with the radio button. So as you can see here, these are 2 radio buttons which will be in one group and none of them are selected. So you can verify that none of them are selected on this particular page. So let me open PyCharm and I'll explain you these keywords, radio button keywords. So I have used page should contain radio button. Okay, so this is the locator, which is the XPath locator. So I'm verifying that one of the radio button out of these 2, so the first one, I believe it's DOI01, yep, so that it contains a particular radio button. Then should not contain a radio button, I have given some invalid XPath, so that radio button doesn't exist, so this second keyword will pass. Then radio button should not be selected, right? So what this does is it just verifies you just need to specify the group name, and then within that group name of radio buttons it will verify that the selection is not made. So in this case you can see that none of the radio buttons are selected. So I've just passed in the group name, so the keyword 2 spaces after the keyword and the group name, and it will verify that none of the radio buttons within that group name are selected. And then to select a radio button, use the keyword select radio button 2 spaces group name and the value. So you can give either the ID or the value. So if I go to the Selenium library keyword, and here if I just search radio, let me go up here, and the keyword select radio button, right? So I'll go to select radio button that you can see here, and you need to pass on the group name and the value. So value can be either ID or the value attribute of the actual radio button. So let's go back to the code here. So select radio button, you have to provide the group name and the ID or the value. And then radio button should be set to, it's to verify whether the radio button that you have already selected, it's set to, or by default when you launch a page or you are coming on the web page, then if there is a default radio button that has to be selected by default, then you can use this keyword radio button should be set to, and provide the group name and the ID or the value. Okay, so let me identify some of the details here. So just to get the X path of the radio button, it's very similar as other web elements. Just right click in Chrome browser. If you're using Chrome browser, click on inspect, and it will open the dev console. And here you can see that this has the ID, this radio button has ID as DOI1, and this name here, right? So this name is equal to DOI is what the group name is basically. So this radio button, so this is the first div for the first radio button, if you see, right? And then as soon as I highlight the second div here, it's for another radio button. So if I expand these, then you can see the name is same for this div, right? So DOI, and the other radio button, the name is DOI. So basically this name is the group name for these two radio buttons. Okay, so that's what the group name you need to pass, and then the ID of the radio button that you want to select. So the ID of the first radio button is DOI1, and ID of the second radio button is DOI, DOI0 is the ID of the first radio button, and DOI1 is the ID of the second radio button, right? So as I highlight, you can see that it has highlighted on the web page as well. So that's how we'll use it. Let me go back to PyCharm and then try to run this particular code. So for page should contain radio button, it is normally the same locator strategy. So you just have to provide two spaces and the locator. So you can use XPath or name or ID as you use to do for the other web element. But when you are selecting the radio button, you have to make sure you provide the group name along with the ID or the value of the radio button that you want to select. Okay, so here I have used the group name as DOI, right? So if we go to this particular radio button here, and then I have used the value. Okay, so here you can see the value is 0. That's what I have used for the first radio button. And if I go to the second one, not this one, sorry. So this is the first one, right? So the value is 1, and then for the second one, the value is 0. Okay, so either you can provide the value or you can directly provide the ID. Okay, so let me run this code and then see the results. So it will launch the Chrome browser, open the Sugar CRM page, and then verify some of the. Okay, so let's see the results and analyze the results, right? So here you can see that it has verified that page contains the radio button. Okay, so it has passed that current page contains this particular radio button, and it doesn't contain this radio button because I have fudged, or I have given the invalid XPath which doesn't exist. So that's why the second keyword has passed as well, right? Then I have verified that radio button in this particular group name DOI are not selected. So that verification has passed, right? Because by default, when we launch this particular Sugar CRM page, you can see that none of the radio buttons are selected, and that's what I have verified. And with this keyword, it has passed. So then selecting the radio button, so it has selected 0 from the radio button DOI, right? And then verified that this radio button with the value 0 has been selected, and finally it closed the browser. So let me put some weight there so that so you can like see what's going on there. Okay, so I'll simply put some sleep here, say 4 seconds, and then rerun the code so we can see what exactly is happening. So it's launching the browser. All right, so it's basically, yeah, so you can see that it has selected this radio button. It is waiting, and then it has closed. So it was not very clear because it didn't scroll the whole way down. So let me use a keyword to scroll the page as well. Okay, so I just want to scroll the element into view. This is another keyword that is available in Selenium library. Okay, and what it does is it scrolls the page until that particular element is in the view. Okay, so what I am doing here is I am just going on this particular page, and this is the element that I want to scroll, because once I scroll this request demo in the view, by default these two radio buttons are on top of this particular element, so they'll be visible. Okay, so let me go back here. So let me just put it above here. Okay, so what it will do is it will scroll in the view first and then select that radio button, and it will be more clear. Okay, so let me run this code again. It's opening the browser. We'll maximize it, and you can see it scrolled into the view, selected the radio button, I'm not interested, and then closed the browser. Okay, let's analyze the report. And here you can see that it has verified that radio button is set to the selection that has the value 0. So that's pretty much all about the working with radio buttons in a robot framework. Hope you liked the tutorial. Thank you very much for watching.